Today I'm going to teach you how to make a crystal macrame necklace. You'll need 4 pieces of wax cotton cord that are 48 inches each, 1 bead with a decent sized hole in it, a few crystals, and a small pointed tool. Okay, we're going to take our first piece of cord here and match up the ends so that we can find the middle of it. Once you get the middle, we're going to tie a simple knot here to create a small loop. Once you get your loop, we're going to take our second piece of cord and thread it through that loop. And just like we did with the first, we're going to match up the ends here so that we can find the middle. Once you get the middle there, we're going to tie the second cord with a small knot to create a second loop, just like the first, where they are linked together. Try to get it the same distance from the middle as the first. There you go. You see we have 2 together. Now this is a tricky part, and this is where your tool is going to come in handy. I'm going to use this tool here to get through both loops. It's just going to kind of bring them together, make it a little bit easier. Take your third piece of cord and thread it through those first 2 loops. You want to make sure you get through both of those. Again, we're matching up the ends of our cord here to find the middle. And we're going to tie a knot on this third cord as well, just like the first 2. Try to make it the same distance. There we go. We have 3 together now. Use my tool and I'm going to go through all 3 loops. And put that 4th piece of cord right through all 3 of those loops. Find the middle again. You can see I have all 3 loops on this one, and then I'm going to tie a knot on this last cord as well, just like we did the first 3. Nice and even with the others. Okay, now you can see we have all 4 looped together. You can see it is kind of created 4 sets of 2 strings each. Okay, now the tricky part, you're going to take 1 string from one set and 1 string from the next set over. You want to make sure these 2 strings are next to each other. but from 2 separate sets. We're going to tie those with a knot about the same distance away from those knots as you did those first knots from the center of their string. Okay, now we're going to move over to the next one. Remember, it's 1 cord from one set and the next cord from the next set over. We're going to tie those with a knot. Try to make them as even as you can. This way you'll have a nice uniform look. And we're going to do that again. Okay, and again, one last time for this first layer. Okay, and then I like to take my crystal and just kind of put it in there just to get an idea of how it's fitting so far. Okay, we're going to do our second layer here of knots. We'll start with 1 cord from one set and the next cord from the next set over. Just like we did the last row, I'm going to tie those with a knot. And as I go up in rows, I like to make them a little bit bigger, just a tiny small amount bigger. Especially since I have some bigger crystals and some odd-shaped crystals, I really want to be able to fit different shapes and sizes. So I'm going to increase it by just a tiny, tiny bit. I'm going to go all the way around just like we did the previous row. Just adjusting them a little bit. Try to make them nice and even and uniform. Okay, now we'll try my crystal again, just to see how it's looking. Okay, looking good. I like it. Perfect. I think I'm gonna go another row around. And you can kind of gauge this with your own crystals and see how many rows you need to do. If you have a longer crystal, you might need to do 1 or 2 more rows than what I do. It's all just going to be kind of based on what crystals you are working with here. And so I'm just making this row just a smidgen bigger than the last row. And if you really need to cater to the shape of your crystal, you can make some of your middle layers a little bit bigger and then your top layers a little bit smaller again, and that will give you more of a round shape of a pouch if you have crystals that are wider but not so long. Okay, I'm going to put my crystal in here again. And it looks like it's fitting just perfectly. Okay, perfect. I like it. Try just a few of my other crystals to see how they're fitting in here. Nice. See about some of these smaller sizes. And they still fit really well. I like this one, so I'm going to keep this one in here for now. And how you choose to finish this off will be a bit of a personal preference, but first we're going to take 2 of our sets of cords and tie those with a knot to secure them on one side of our pouch. We're going to take the other 2 sets and tie those with a knot on the other side of the pouch. And from here, you can leave the cords just like this, or you can finish them in another way that you see fit. I like to braid mine, so I'm just going to do a quick little braid to finish mine up. Once you get these braided, or even if you just want to leave them like that, you'll want to put your bead over them, slide it all the way down, tie your necklace off at the end, and now you have your bead that can help secure your crystal in there. Here's my finished necklace, and you can slide the bead down right over these last 2 knots, and that will help secure it in place as well. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.